A question I get asked all the time is whether or not I personally consume treats and whether or not you guys should be having treats or can have treats. And the short answer is absolutely. The truthful answer for me is all the time. But there are some things I want to put into context for you. So flashback to 5+ years ago. My idea of a treat was a bucket of ice cream that was like a bubblegum flavor and had tons of blue food coloring and high fructose corn syrup and modified ingredients. Or my idea of a treat would be a massive bag of cotton candy at the movie theaters, which again, high fructose corn syrup, food colorings, toxins, etc. I would eat half a box of Halloween Nestle or Cadbury chocolates, which again, food colorings, bad ingredients, etc. And rainbow Slurpees, like massive slushies that are like icy and so much sugar and food coloring. That was my idea of a treat. So when people eat that way, which unfortunately the majority of us do, especially in North America, then no, you should not be having treats. For the past 5 years, maybe a little less than that, I have not touched any of those foods that I just mentioned to you. Well, yes, I've had ice cream, I've had chocolate, I've had treats. I have not had those kinds of treats. And the reason is because high fructose corn syrup destroys your liver, destroys it. It also creates major blood sugar imbalances, damages the pancreas, causes a lot of inflammation, and you guys know all that. So the list goes on. So I haven't eaten those foods in a while, but I would not be able to survive now if I can't have treats. And I love me some sugar. I have a sweet tooth. Even after I did a candida cleanse, I just naturally am a person that gravitates towards sweets and carbs rather than salty foods or things like that. So that's where I feel super happy is when I get to have a treat. So I want to share with you today some types of treats and ways that you can incorporate treats into your life regularly, like I do. Sometimes it's daily for me, without feeling guilty or without hurting your body. So the one thing I want to stress here is that your body is meant to consume, metabolize, break down, and detoxify real food with real ingredients. If you are consuming a food that has tartrazine and colors such as A129P and foods that you can barely pronounce, or ingredients, that you can barely pronounce, those probably are not what you should be eating, because your body's going to have no idea what that is, and it's going to treat it like a pathogen or a toxin and get all of your immune system on board to create a ton of inflammation and eradicate whatever it is that you just ingested. And that is where chronic inflammation develops. So what you want to put into your body are treats, fine, but they have to be real ingredients. They have to be things that you know what they are, that you can pronounce, and that will not cause inflammation. People throughout the years would eat sugar, from the maple syrup, like sap from the trees, or sugar cane, or tons of berries when they're foraging. So sugar has always been a part of our diets. It's just the difference between real pure sugar coming right from a tree or that's been unrefined or unprocessed versus high fructose corn syrup that just destroys your liver due to the high fructose content. So I'm going to share with you some snacks right now, some treats. I don't have everything that I consume on hand, but I want to show you just an example of some things that I eat daily that are sweet, that are treats, but they do not harm my body and they do not give me a sugar high, and I don't get tons of inflammation after it and all that. So these things are literally what you guys can have, and the rest of my life going forward, I don't eat food coloring anymore. I don't eat Slurpees and rainbow ice creams and things like that. I eat real food. So I'll have ice cream if it's pure, either cream or coconut milk with a natural sweetener, no food colorings, just like real pure stuff. I'll have chocolate all the time, but I want pure, I want real, I want foods that my body can recognize. So speaking of chocolate, I want to show you a couple of my favorites that I have all the time on hand for us to consume. So that is the company Hue. You guys probably know this company through Instagram, or I think Whole Foods sells it now, and Wegmans in the US. So this is the company here. They actually have a Whole Foods Kitchen restaurant in New York City. It's called Hue Kitchen. So This company is amazing because I want to read you their ingredients here. And this is completely like my own opinion on this chocolate. It tastes amazing and it's just what I have been consuming for a long time. So first of all, it's dark chocolate. Second of all, it's non-GMO and all that. But what I really like is that if you look on the back of the package right here, it lists a bunch of things that they never have in their chocolate that you will find in almost any chocolate bar you go to buy. So there's no palm oil, no refined sugar, no cane sugar or sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohols are quite inflammatory, and I'm going to get to that topic in a minute. There's no dairy or gluten or emulsifiers or soy lecithin. So I want to read you the ingredients. This is their almond butter with puffed quinoa, and they also have, did I bring it? No, I didn't bring it, but they have a cashew one, they have a mint one, a hazelnut, so it's just stuffed with nut butter. It's so good. The ingredients on this one are just organic cacao, and the difference between cacao and cocoa is that cacao is not processed or refined, whereas cocoa is, so not inflammatory. Unrefined organic coconut sugar, almonds, organic fair trade cocoa butter, and organic quinoa. So like literally that simple. Like this is a type of chocolate you can have and your body will not have a negative reaction to it because it's real food. Obviously, if you're overloaded with candida and that kind of stuff right now, you've got to watch your sugar content. But just in general, this is what everybody should be eating. I'm going to link in the description this chocolate with a discount code so you guys can purchase some for yourself and try it. It's so good. What I also like from this company are their chunks. So they have chocolate covered almond and chocolate covered cashew. Again, the ingredients are epic. There's no confectioner's glaze or horrible ingredients. Really simple, pure, low in sugar, just clean chocolate. So this is what we will have. To be honest, I'm a chocolate girl and I probably have a couple pieces a day or a handful of one of these a day, if not maybe every other day. So that's one of my go-tos. Something else that I want to show you that I like, and for a long time before I knew any better, I used to chew a pack of gum a day, but of the typical Trident or Juicy Fruit or Double Bubble back when I was young, or XL. So I would have your typical aspartame packed, food coloring packed, toxic gum, a pack a day, because I always needed sugar and I was a sugar addict. And when I was in classes or running around, I just wanted sugar all the time. I wanted something that was sweet. So the amount of damage that aspartame and toxins did to my liver and my brain, I don't even want to know. But for a while, when I realized that I shouldn't be eating that gum, I stopped having gum at all. And I was like, you know what? I really miss having gum. I miss having something to just freshen your breath or just, keep you busy while you're driving, until I started realizing that there actually are gums out there that are clean. So I like using Pure Gum. This is the one right here. This one in particular is one of my favorites. It's their pomegranate mint. The ingredients are pretty simple, so I'm just gonna look for them here. Now, it is a sugar alcohol. So this brings me to my sugar alcohol topic super quick. Sugar alcohols are not good for you, okay? They can be inflammatory to the gut, and for some people, you can't tolerate it. So if you are that person, then do not eat sugar alcohols. However, the average person can tolerate it to a certain degree, and having small amounts here or there is fine, especially if your only other option is aspartame. So go and enjoy a piece of gum that has xylitol or sugar alcohol in it. Don't stress about it. That small amount will not do anything to harm you. And there actually are a lot of studies that show the benefit effects of xylitol for oral health and killing off bacteria. So there is some wins to this. And me personally, I'm not stressing. I really like this gum, and I prefer to have this than to chew gum that has pure sugar, because I don't like sugar right on my teeth, or to chew a gum that has aspartame. And a lot of people will choose to just not chew gum at all. And if that's you, that's totally fine. I maybe have a couple pieces a week maximum, but I do like to have it once in a while. So yeah, the ingredients are just xylitol, there's gum, there's a natural flavor, and then there's some carnauba wax, tocopherols. Now, these ingredients aren't my favorite. They're not, whoa, super clean, but they're way better than your average gum. So I will have gum, and you can too, and this is actually candida friendly. So if you are a person who has major sugar cravings when you're on a candida cleanse and you cannot get through it without sugar, I'd rather you have this than cave and have some sugar. The other thing that I will do almost every day for a sweet kick as well, but that's sugar-free, is the Ancient Nutrition Keto Collagen. Not sponsored, by the way. I will leave a link in the description for this as well. This is one of my favorite powders from them. Sorry, the fridge turns on to make ice and it's a little bit loud. This is their vanilla flavor, and I like it because it has like MCT oils with the collagen and all that. But this is very creamy, so you can throw it in a smoothie. But what I like to do is actually mix this with full fat coconut milk and a tablespoon or half a tablespoon of pure red cacao powder, and blend it up and heat up the coconut milk and blend it all together and have a really frothy, creamy hot chocolate. And you can add medicinal mushrooms to boost, extra nutrition and all that. But this is sweet. It tastes very sweet, very good and creamy. It tastes like a luscious hot chocolate, but you're not getting any sugar. You're not getting any high fructose corn syrup or modified milk ingredients or any other garbage that comes with it. They do have a keto chocolate collagen flavor as well, which is so good, so good. You can literally just take a heaping scoop and pour it in some warm water and you have an instant hot chocolate. So this is what I like to do for sugar, and this is what my kids get, but you're actually getting gut healing benefits and support for your joints and hair, skin, nails. So choosing the products that you're putting into your body is what's important. It's not that you can't have treats, just have good treats. Speaking to a little bit more not so clean treats, but something that we will do once in a while, are these here. So these are called Kuchiku. It's the brand Kuchiku. They're organic, gluten-free, certified vegan, no sugar lollipops. We get these from our local like Marshalls or TJ Maxx chains, but you can buy them online. Amazon has them. So these are good because they are flavored with real fruit. So there's like purple sweet potato and turmeric and rosemary extracts to color it. They're flavored with real fruit. They're organic. And ingredients are very, very simple. The only thing is it does have sugar alcohol. So it has the isomaltolignosaccharide, which can be inflammatory. But when you're having this, and I buy this for my kids, once in a while they'll have it if they want a candy, or like Halloween, Easter, birthdays, like things that involve candy and I don't want them having junk. It looks like this, and they're literally having a tiny bit. It's like hardly any sugar alcohol. So this kind of stuff is what we do. You make the best of it. There's not like perfect ingredients out there. Weatherspoon, which is my favorite Manuka honey company, also makes lollipops that are sweetened with raw Manuka honey and flavored with juices and colorings of like turmeric and things like that. So that's another brand we buy. I just didn't have them on hand. So this is literally what we eat. I personally am not a huge fan of suckers, so I don't have these most of the time, but my kids do. And I don't feel bad about giving it to them because I'd rather they have this than have junk, and I don't want my kids missing out on sugars and treats when they're growing up because it will cause them to binge as they get older. So there are things that you can do. We also love Smart Sweets. I personally have a bag of Smart Sweets probably a week. Sometimes I'll go 2 weeks or 3 weeks without any, but I usually have one bag a week during movie night at home or date night with my husband. I love Smart Sweets, and it's how I get my gummy bears in and my sugar or my candy, but it's sugar-free, it's sweetened with stevia, it's high in fiber, it's great. So that's what we like to do. A couple other cool products that, again, are not insanely clean. You can't consider them healthy, but you can consider them a way better alternative and something that you could have fairly frequently, are number one, Love Good fat bars. So these are great because they are sugar-free and they're sweetened with stevia. So there's no sugar alcohol, but what I do like about these, let me just see if there's milk. So there is milk in them, and if you can't have dairy, you can't have these. But what I do like about them is that they taste like a junky bar. This is so good. It tastes really, really good, but you can't tell that it's sugar-free. So that's kind of what I like, is if you're having a craving for sugar and you don't want junk that's full of sugar, go for a sugar-free product with stevia. Yes, there's milk in it, but at least we know it's clean and good product, and you don't have to feel as guilty, or at least your body will know what's in this and be able to recognize the ingredients. Another product, which honestly I will probably use twice a year max, but it is good flavor-wise. The ingredients are not awful, and it's something that you can use when you're in a pinch and are trying to make a dessert that the whole family will like and not feel like grossed out by, but also having it, like sugar-free and pretty clean. And that is from Simply Delish. So this is a newer company that I just discovered. It's keto-friendly jellos and puddings. Now, I don't like their jello, at least right now, unless there's a new formulation coming out, because they do have a lot of carrageenan in it, and I will not consume carrageenan. However, this one, their puddings do not contain carrageenan, and I like to make like a fruit trifle with this. So this is the vanilla one. So I'll do like gluten-free vanilla cake. I'll usually make like a paleo cake, top it with this and some homemade coconut whipped cream from a can, like a canned coconut milk, and I whip it myself, and then I put fresh fruit in there, and it tastes amazing, like such a good dessert. They also have a chocolate one, which you can do a chocolate trifle with. So this is what I will use when I'm taking a dessert to someone's house, and I want them to like it and not feel like I'm forcing like sugar-free gross food on them, but also it is healthy in the sense that there's no sugar. So the ingredients are potato starch, which again is not something that I'm in love with, but I will have it once in a while. There is sugar alcohol, so it's erythritol. This is not sponsored, by the way, but erythritol, again, I'd be very careful with because too much of it can trigger some inflammation in the gut lining. So it's something that you have to have in moderation, but it is good. It's a better alternative for me than having, again, high fructose corn syrup or something that a typical Jello or pudding box would have. Then there's just some natural flavors, stevia, salt, natural color coming from beta carotene. So that's what we will have once in a while, and you guys can make a pudding with it and top it with fruit, and that can be a dessert once in a while. There's so much out there. Obviously, I don't have all the products in the world to show you here, but my point is you can go and have treats on a daily basis and not feel guilty and not get inflammation from it if you're choosing the right stuff, like clean chocolate or a smart sweet candy that's sugar-free or a hot chocolate made at home literally instantly, but still tasting really good, but also very clean and good for you. Or candy for your kids if they have if they're picky or have a sweet tooth, without feeling guilty that they're having so much sugar or food coloring. So go have your treats. I have mine daily. Yes, there was a time when I was on my candida cleanse, I had to tighten it a little bit more just to really detoxify, but now that I'm at a point where I feel good, I am having treats and they help me feel like I'm not missing out. You get one life, so you want to live it and enjoy it, but obviously you don't want to be having junk. So don't touch the junk. Go for something that's clean. I hope that this video was helpful and maybe you found a product here you might want to try. Again, it's not sponsored. I will leave links to what I can find in the description and discount codes if I have them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.